that was the best part of it for me, is what I learned
Mm-hmm.
being there. And I did a movie called One False Move soon afterwards, and I felt like it helped prepare me for that experience. Which that was an on location shoot, so it was different than Mo Better. Mo Better, part of it was on a set and part of it was on location. But One False Move was all location, so it was a lot more traveling, a lot more work in a different way. But I learned a lot.
Do you think that, I mean, what was the momentum as you're filming, right? Is it, this is going to be it? It's going to, like, you know, be this huge blockbuster? What is the momentum in terms of everybody and the energy? Is it, because there are times when, and I'm not an actress or a singer, but coming from the world of, say, advertising, when I'm working on a campaign, right? And then the energy, or as a writer now, and you're working on something, you have these expectations, or you anticipate, or you hope. So I'm wondering, when you have all of these great talents together, is it, yes, we're just gonna, can't wait for it to be released, is, you know?
Well, we were coming off of Do the Right Thing. Do the Right Thing had been released, so there was a lot of buzz about anything that Spike Lee was doing. Some of the actors, the Turturro brothers were in this also, and they were also on Do the Right Thing, and Samuel L. Jackson was in this. He was also in his other movies. So a lot of people, Steve White, I gotta mention him because he was my friend. These people were very positive about the momentum. I personally didn't know one thing or another because I'd never been in this world.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I just was having such a great time learning something new and being this person, creating this character, that it didn't even occur to me, the whole Hollywood part of it.
Yeah.
And so when it was so well received and it was, it got the hype, and I got this hype, I really was shocked because I wasn't thinking that way.
But that probably made it even extra special. It's kind of like the gift you get and you don't expect it, or you didn't ask for it for Christmas.
Right.
And you had this sense of, it sounds like you had this sense of innocence about you, this unknown, which is very humbling. You know, you weren't a diva, you know, trying to, you know, command and play all the little games sometimes that I'm sure I played.
I felt like a princess in some ways because someone else was doing my makeup, someone else was doing my hair, and I'm terrible at those things. I'm just really a country girl. I really, even though I
But
on the
Cynda,
South
you don't
Side,
look like a country girl.
I know, that's why I confuse people because they assume. I did this event a couple of weeks ago and my feet were hurting. I couldn't wear these shoes on the stage. And I walked up there on the stage with no shoes on. I apologized. I said, I'm so sorry, but I couldn't wear these shoes. I was going to fall. And
like, they may look pretty, but I can't
do it. And this guy told me, don't ever do that. He's like this fashion designer, big shot. And I'm like, I know, it's faux pas, I'm sorry, but I was hurting. But that's me. I'm not the girl, that glamour girl. I'm just very down to earth and normal. I do not wear makeup unless I'm working.
You look beautiful, though.
Thank you.
You know. But you're a natural beauty, so with or without makeup.
I don't do it. My hair, I know how to do my own hair. I had to learn how to do my own hair. But I'm not coiffed. I'm not.
But that's okay. That's why it makes it pleasant to be around you. Because you're just you. Yeah, I'm sure they enjoy. You said the princess, right? I'm sure they enjoyed that.
Well, yeah, because they could make me up, and my hair was a mess because I had been doing my hair for so long because my mother had no clue.
So you had that. I remember you had that was the bob, right? Was that the bob cut that was in? You know how many girls wanted that hair after Mo Better Blues came out? I'm sure we all got it, you know, tried to figure out how to get it. Absolutely gorgeous. So that was you. That was all you.
Oh, yeah. That was my hair. Cliff Booker, who I'm still in touch with, and he is the most phenomenal hairdresser and barber. He does men and women. He does a phenomenal job. And he had to mess with me because I didn't know how to do my own hair. I mean, I did my own hair the best that I could, but I really, like, for instance, I used baby oil. And it took
he had a field day
3 times to wash all that stuff out.
He went off on you, like, what the hell?
I didn't know I had curls.
Cynda, what do you mean you didn't know you had
curls? I didn't know I had curls.
Your hair is curly now. What do you mean?
Because I don't have all that mess in it.
I
didn't know my hair did this. I got Jerry curls. I went bald at one point.
Okay, so let's back. How is it that, okay, so your mom's Caucasian, your dad's African American. What was your hair like as a baby? Or as you were growing up as a young girl?
They didn't know what they were doing. My mother did not know how to do my hair.
So she didn't understand. Is it texture?
Texture.
Yes.
She treated, it was not like hers. So she treated me like I would be a black kid, and took the advice of my grandma and my aunt.
Did you have like all kind of grease in your hair? And,
yes.
And it was okay.
And it wasn't growing.
Yeah.
Because my pores were
they were all blocked.
Yeah.
That's not what you do when you have your hair tight, right?
Yeah.
So when did you? So even growing up, so what was in high school? Did you take ownership of it, or you? So you had no friends that had hair your texture. Everybody.
No. I had Jerry curls and perms and stuff.
Oh shit! It took all your hair out.
Yeah, I ended up with a big bald spot when I got the leisure curl.
Yes, you didn't need it,
and I didn't need it. But the lady doing my hair didn't know. She had never dealt with somebody's hair like mine.
Yeah,
nobody knew how to do my hair, and I paid for that. With my hair, that was the first time I cut my hair all off because I had to. Because it was.
So when you cut it all off, did it curl up? Anything? It was kind of laid.
It laid.
Yeah. And so we all, as women, have the hair challenge. You just have a different type of hair challenge. I mean, my daughter, she has that thick curly hair, and as she was young, baby, it was, what do I do? Because when you have a natural curly texture, it changes every day. You don't find the right product, it was just never right.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, okay. So you got you on the set. Now you got a real stylist.
Yeah.
And he's giving you pointers.
Yeah. He's telling me how to do my hair, and I'm an observer, so I watch what he does. Actually, it was a movie I did called "Relax, It's Just Sex." The woman.
You said "Relax, It's Just Sex."
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
It's a good movie. It's really good. It's one of my favorites. This woman, I don't remember her last name. Martina was the hairdresser on that. Up until that point, beyond Cliff, I had a very hard time with my hair in movies because people didn't know how to do them, and especially Caucasian people.
Yeah.
And my producer said, Martina's going to do your hair, and she comes out, and she's a white lady, and she says, okay, so what are we going to do with your hair? And I was like, what are you going to do with my hair? I don't know.
What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I don't know, because I haven't had good experiences, and I'm freaking out right now in my head because you're white. And whatever. She goes, well, how do you want it? You want it straight? You want it curly? You want it what you want? I'm like, yeah, I doubt if you can get it straight. She goes, yes, I can. I said, no, I haven't had good experiences with people getting it straight. She said, yes, I can. She said, come on, I'll have you straight in 12 minutes.
Wow.
Straight in 12 minutes. She was amazing. She's the best hairdresser ever.
Wow. Did you follow her after you got off?
She did my hair for a long time.
I was going to say, yeah, once you found somebody that could do it.
And if you ever see the movie, you'll see my hairstyle was different in every scene. Because she could do it, and she was fast.
Oh, wow.
She could do whatever in no time. She was amazing. And I paid attention to what she did to my hair, and that's where I really learned how to do my own hair.
Your own hair. See, there was some training there. You got some good teaching, it sounds like. So how was it after Mo Better Blues? You feel like doors opened for you? Did they open wider in the love department? Did they close because now I'm intimidated by this gorgeous woman who's been on, in Hollywood and on everybody's, if not CD later, but the big screen. What happened to life for Cynda after Mo Better Blues?
Well,
and what happened to Cynda?
Well, for one thing, I knew I wanted to act in movies. That was set in
So
stone.
that was done. As soon as you did that, you were like, oh,
yes,
this is what I'm doing.
This is what I want to do.
No more Broadway.
Not understood, and I still want to do. I still to this day want to do Broadway, but I understood at that point why people would say you're good at this. Mm-hmm. You would be good at this because I didn't have to like on stage. You have to be so big, and I wasn't that way.
Okay.
I've learned how to be that way, but at the time I wasn't that way. I was a lot more subtle, intimate in my work. So I got it. I was like, okay, I get it now. I understand why they say that. So that was set. I've had issues with relationships with men throughout my life. I think now that I'm 50, I'm just now starting to figure myself out and why I've made some of the choices that I've made. I've had a few great experiences, but many terrible ones.
They were just.
Yeah.
So was it them or was it you? Because you said there were some things that you had to. It sounds like you had to.
Yeah, it was me, my choice in men.
Your choice. Okay.
You know, it was my choice in men. I was very attracted to what I understood, and what I understood in a lot of ways wasn't very good. But
when you say what you understood, what was that? Is it a type that you were attracted to?
It was there. It's so funny because none of them looked alike. They all had this through line of being very, very smart people.
Yeah.
That's the only through line is they're very smart, but there's an imbalance when it comes to. I was raised by very strong men.
And you're talking your dad, your uncle.
Yes.
The men in your...
I was raised by these men. So I'm strong, but I also have my mother in me. My mother was very passive aggressive and quiet and whatever. So I have that in me too. But I would always tend to go with men that weren't balanced. They were very, very, very much male dominated in there. And so because I'm strong.
Are they trying to stifle you?
Yeah.
They didn't want that part to come out.
Nope. No.
So what did you do? Did you become more submissive, more subdued? Did you fall back in order for the relationship to move forward?
I would always give in and allow them to dominate and get to the point where I was in a corner and fight my way out and leave.
Yeah.
That's why I've had so many relationships, because I get in it because I'm attracted to that, and then it stifles me and I become a kitten until I become a tiger, and then I claw my way out and go back to the same thing.
Yeah. So there was a cycle.
Yeah. So
now this is before Cynda. This has nothing to do with your profession.
This started with Cindy and has gone all the way through Cynda. Okay. And I think in every relationship I've had, I have gotten better. I have gotten stronger and smarter. Every single one. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Well, as long as we're here on this earth, we're still learning.
I'll never stop learning.
No, because a lot of it has to do with self. Like, I love what you said. I'm starting to know myself, and as I get mature, I'm 50, you start to learn self, and you start to learn about what's better for you. Because a lot of times I don't think we always make choices for ourselves initially. I was going to ask, what part, if any, did race play? You're biracial. You were raised in a biracial home. Did that have any? How did that affect you in dating, like dating men?
I've always said I'm an international lover. I've never cared about that. When my very first boyfriend, I put quotes around that because he and I kissed and stuff like that, but that was about the extent of our relationship because I was in middle school. He was.
Well, how old were you your first kiss?
7th grade.
You were 7.
12.
My first was 11. My first boyfriend I could never even officially claim him because my father was so strict and he had nothing but girls. So you couldn't really have a boyfriend.
Yeah, that was me.
So you and I were the same. It's like this terrified, I like you. Oh, but yeah, my first boyfriend, I was about 13, 14. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually